On this week's show, we follow Prince Albert II to Easter Island. Then we head to Milan, where the next Monte Carlo Rolex Masters were presented. And we end with the Sportel at the Grimaldi Forum. After his trip to Chile, Prince Albert II continued his journey onto Easter Island to help strengthen the links between the Sovereign's Foundation and various partners involved in reforestation.
L'île de Pâques a été largement et presque totalement déboisée dans les siècles.
Easter Island was almost completely deforested in previous centuries, and it turns out we have the possibility of putting a regional and international partnership in place with the Menton Botanical Garden and with forest institutions to enable reforestation using seeds that have been kept safely on the Mediterranean shores for about 10 years.
Ils sont conservés sur les bords de la Méditerranée depuis un certain nombre de dizaines d'années.
From Easter Island, the Monegasque delegation travelled to Tahiti, where a partnership was signed between the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation, the Oceanographic Museum and Te Mana o Te Moana, an association that helps protect the marine environment and increase awareness of it in French Polynesia. The partnership concerns the protection of sea turtles. I think Polynesia is a huge laboratory and we always feel a little isolated in our corner, so this partnership is really going to help us a lot in terms of influence and prestige, of course, but also for help and collaboration. The Sovereign Prince then ended this trip on Kiribati, a little island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where a conference had been organised on the theme of climate change and its repercussions for migration. Off to Italy now and the Universal Expo, which is still going strong. The organisers of the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters were at the event recently to drum up interest from the Italian public. The Italians are fond of tennis and they come in big numbers to see the prestigious matches of the Monegasque tournament at the Monte Carlo Country Club. In 2015, the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters beat their record for visitor numbers with 135,000 spectators. It really is one of the major tournaments on the circuit.
C'est toujours un petit plus pour un joueur parce que bon, maintenant vous avez.
It's always a little something extra for the players because there are 62 tournaments throughout the world. Of course, Wimbledon, the US Open, Roland Garros, the Australian Open count more. But right after that, there are the Masters Series. And amongst the Masters Series, there's Monte Carlo, with the traditions, the prestige, its history and its title. In my opinion, my experience, even at my time, it was one you wanted to win.
De mon expérience, c'était même à mon époque quelque chose pour gagner.
Last year, the tournament boasted some big names and, for the first time in the history of a Masters 1000, 15 of the 16 top players in the world still playing in the final 16. The Monte Carlo Rolex Masters, the first major tournament on clay courts, will take place from the 9th to the 17th of April 2016. International citizens, world leaders, decision makers and philanthropists gathered in Monaco for the third edition of the Global Citizen Forum. It is a non-profit international conference to discuss the concept of global citizens. Several speakers were invited, such as former members of the Fugees band, Wyclef Jean, who is as well known for his music as for his political commitments. The singer came to share his own experience, his story as a refugee, a Haitian who arrived in the United States at the age of 10. It's the big event for media and sports professionals. It brings together around 2,000 exhibitors and welcomes TV channel decision makers, producers, event organisers and federations. It is here that many important sports broadcasting decisions are made, such as the TV rights to sports competitions. Whilst Sportel is a trade fair, there are also public events like the Golden Podiums. During the evening, the best sports images of the season are awarded, such as freediver Guillaume Néry, who received the Discovery Prize. This Canal Plus trailer for the Rugby World Cup got the Best Trailer Prize. And this world record, beaten by Dibaba in the Principality during the Hercules meet, received the award for Best Sports Sequence of the Year. Time to go. See you next week.